Stop scrolling and start designing your best year yet. Join me in exploring my 2026 planner, where I'll unveil my own personal planning techniques that will inspire you to personalize your own. Discover how to turn simple pages into a beautiful, functional reflection of your dreams and goals. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. And as you can tell, my face is not in this one. So, as you can see, we are going to be looking at the 2026 planner for myself. I do design my own planners. I also design my mom's planner, customize it to her beliefs, her personalizations, and then I get them printed, bound, and get hers sent to her, and or she picks it up. And then, of course, I get mine printed. I print my own and hers, and then I get them bound, and then I utilize it once the year starts. So, or whenever I have it made for. I have changed quite a bit over the year, and you will see that between 2025. That video will be linked here in the video at the end if you want to check that one out, or if you want to kind of pause, wait a minute, go back to 2025, and then come on back to 2026 once you're done with that video. That would be great. So go ahead and if you will, please subscribe down below, hit that like button if you enjoy planning content, and hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Alrighty, we're just gonna kind of jump in right on in. So why a 2026 planner? It's kind of late into the year, I will be honest, but I have had this design for a while. Now, I have made quite a few tweaks, and I've had to make those all the way up until last month, and then I was done. So I got it, I printed it out, and then I went to my local office, Max or Depot, I don't remember, and then they bound it, and I brought it home, and it's been sitting in my drawer waiting to be utilized. And course, this is just kind of a glimpse into my creative process, how I utilize things, what I do to my planner. Like I did in 2025, everything is customized, personalizable, and it's fit for me and what I need. That is, of course, done for every person. I also make my mom's planner. Hers is a little bit different than mine. Of course, it follows her own religious beliefs, has her own traditions or holidays that she celebrates based on her religion, and also has her own personalizations, birthdays, holidays, random days, things that she needs to know, reminders, pictures, all of that fun stuff. So this is just a little sneaky peek into my little brain, and we're gonna kind of jump on into my planner. So as you can see, this is the front cover page. It is Just Cassie Plans because that is my channel, Just Cassie. That's me. And of course, I design it in Publisher, like I said, and you'll see my mouse kind of moving around here because I'll show y'all a few things. So, I have my little spookiness and my Woodstone B&B teacup, and then, of course, the Sanderson sister take and little heathen bats. And then we're going to go ahead and let's see if that works. Nope, maybe not. We're going to add the navigation page back in. All right, so the next next two pages of my planner is on the left. You'll see it's going to be the back of the cover page, which is, of course, my information. Right here, there's my personal information, which has been removed. And then, of course, I always put some pictures of books that I like, things that I like. So, of course, Star Wars, just got into that in the last few years. Thank you to my hubby, but it's also Harry Potter, if you noticed. And then I have Lord of the Rings, I have Lore Olympus, I have Divergent, and then, of course, I like my book spicy and my coffee icy. My Starbucks order is a venti iced blonde vanilla latte breve. It is absolute magic, and you should try it next time you're at Starbucks. Of course, in the Christmas season, holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate this time of year, it is the eggnog latte because it is perfect. Nothing ever needs to be changed about it. So give that one a try too. The next couple pages is my year at a glance. So, of course, this is where all my birthdays. If you can see my Carnival VIFP numbers for me and my husband, my mother-in-law, my mother-in-law's boyfriend, and my mom, all of our numbers are here because that's important because we like to cruise. And of course, any important reminders, anniversaries, those kinds of things are all in here. The next two pages, of course, have images and a cover page. So, Dice Goblin era. This is a little dude with some D&D dice. Of course, I am a little dice goblin. I have tons of D&D dice. I have made quite a few of my own personalized sets, and of course, thick thighs and good vibes. And then this is my yearly trackers. That never utilize yearly trackers, so this is something that I will be utilizing this year, and kind of just gives all the overall views, any monthly things. So the first one, of course, is the birthdays. I did separate the birthdays from like this one is like the important dates. So like whenever my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, dating anniversary, whenever like certain family members had passed away, my some of my best friends, their anniversary, those types of important things. My anniversary of my hysterectomy, when I had surgery, those types of things. And then over here on this birthdays page, I have little birthday pictures down here. And then this is where all the birthday important dates are. And then on the right side, you'll see the savings tracker. This is going to be for emergencies because we don't have an emergency fund yet. And I think I watch a lot of Caleb Hammer, just TBH. I love the drama, love the insight, but also for some weird reason, we have a lot in common. I'm from Michigan, he's from Michigan. I was in Texas, he's in Texas. I was a music major, he was a music major. We neither one of us are involved in music fields for our careers. So yeah, a lot of weird things in common, but I love his video. I love budgeting, and I need to get back on it because I have not been on it for the last few years. So got to kind of get back on that. So this is my goal, 6,000. I think that is very good to start with. It is, everything that would cover all of our bills for a few months. And that is something, well, probably like 2 months, but that is a good start. And then we'll let it grow from there. And the next one is going to be my migraines. Currently, I track them in my Apple Calendar, and I just kind of make it like an all-day note of like I had a migraine this day. So this would kind of help with noting my migraines and like the severity is something I want to make sure because that's something that is important for me and my providers. And then the next section, of course, my goal is to get back down in weight, which would help with my migraines and all of my other medical stuff. So that is a goal of mine and also my husband's. So we're both kind of doing a, get healthy in 2026. And then moving on is the important medical documentation. Of course, on this left side, I have some Harry Potter quotes. This one from Harry Potter, working hard is important, but there is something that matters even more. Believing in yourself, definitely something to live by. Sirius Black, we've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are. And Albus Dumbledore, words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it, which is so very true. And of course, I'm a Ravenclaw. Who guessed it? And then, of course, the little queen over here, Luna Lovegood. So this is kind of going to be um, all of my medical information. Of course, I have like, I'm a survivor and it's in a teal because um, my mom's a cancer survivor. I'm a cancer survivor. And then Stronger Than the Storm because I have gone through cancer. And then this page has my surgical history, my diagnosis, and my medication. I am in school and I'm going to be a teacher. So that's what this is. And this is kind of the beginning of where my monthly layouts are. So, I'm kind of putting everything on productivity and making sure like I am focusing on my needs and my husband's needs, or like family needs, and like what's important. So at the beginning, we saw like the most important trackers is savings because rainy days happen. And then, of course, like my migraines, because that's one of my biggest um, hurdles in my medical stuff right now. And then, of course, losing weight, which is something very important to me. And then we go into our monthly view, which has like all of the things. So I have like on the blank days where there's like nothing there on those days, I just put images in there. Each month you'll see like different pictures. Just like a quick little overview. So just some quick little pictures in each one. And then of course I do have like New Year's Day. I have birthdays listed. I have like January 3rd is J.R.R. Tolkien Day. January 13th is Rubber Ducky Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is on the 19th. Spouses Day is on the 26th. International Lego Day is on the 28th. And then Hot Chocolate Day is the 31st. International Day of Education, January 24th, those kinds of things. So I have that listed in every single monthly layout. And then after the monthly is the budgeting layout. And for the budgeting on the left side, I have the monthly information. So income is listed on the top left. And below that is our housing costs, streaming costs, how much we're putting in savings. On the right side is our vehicle, any of those costs. And then the right bottom is subscriptions. And then the right page is any extra expenses. So like buying groceries, buying stuff at like the little mini market, going out to eat, all of those extra expenses that we probably shouldn't be doing, but we do anyways, I'll go on that side. And then each weekly has like a little picture for the week, or like the month has like a theme. And so each weekly is set up in two sections for the day. So I have horizontal layout for each day of the week. Every day has its own, including Saturday, Sunday. On the left side for the weekly, I'll be using that for like personal. And on the right side, I'll be using this for like my school, homework and those kinds of things, deadlines. And if you'll see on the top left corner, it is a like habit tracker. So I have like my morning prescriptions, if I did any kind of working out or walking, um, making sure I drank all my water for the day, how many steps I took for the day, and then making sure I take my evening prescription. Um, and then that is the same every week, just as you see the picture changes. And then we'll go here, here. Some of them have quotes in them. And then the weeks and the monthly are all the same. So the February is obviously Valentine's Day. So I have some Valentine's Day themes. Um, March is like St. Patty's Day, so it's like all green theme things, or four-leaf clovers. And then April is usually Easter, so I have Easter listed in here, or like I have jokers, also for April Fools. So I have the Festival of Fools dude there. I have two Joker cards. I have Joker, and then I have Harley Quinn. And then Tweedledee Tweedledum from Alice in Wonderland, both the cartoon and the live action. May is like on here, I have like Star Wars Day. So May, I have Cinco de Mayo, so I have little flamenco dancers and some sugar skulls. And then June has some pictures that I took. And these are all of the flags at the park, because June does be Flag Day, and the seal. And then July, obviously, red, white, and blue, happy 4th. So we have the 4th of July theme because that is where we live. And then August is usually back to school. So I have little back to school stuff, school supplies. And then right here, future, I am Mrs. Cassandra Lamb, but future, little sign there for being a teacher. September has 9/11, so that is the theme for all of the images is 9/11 because we will never forget. It has not. I saw a video, not to rant, but I saw a video that was like, it's been 30 years. Can we just move on? No, we can never move on from that because that was traumatic and we should never forget ever. And then, anyways, moving on, October, Halloween. So we have a little ghosty. We have Hocus Pocus. We have a little witchy. We have a little dude with a little mushy and pumpkin. And then this one's a little ghosty and bat little coloring scene. November is Dia de los Muertos. And we don't celebrate Thanksgiving, so I don't have any of that in here, but I am thankful and grateful. So we have Dia de los Muertos. We have Veterans Day as well. And see, thankful and grateful, always something to be thankful for. December is the best month. We have Yule, we have my birthday. So we have some northern lights or the Milky Way. We have a little Yule's area, Christmas lights. And then it's my birthday. Alrighty, and then finishing up at the end of my planner is my dot grid journal pages. So last year was Wicked, the OG Broadway with Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel. This year I did Wicked with Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, the OG, of course, first part of Wicked. And I have one of my favorite songs over here. And the lyrics, and then of course just some dot grid pages. And then the last thing I added in this year, which I did separately last year or the year before, is my book journal. So I have some book stuff, and then this is what my book journal looks like. I have lots of pages because I have lots of reading I want to do this year. And then preparing for 2027 is the very end. So just kind of going over things. We are, planning for productivity, making sure like we have all the things notated, we have plenty of space, and just making sure like we have that self-care need in the habit trackers. And I personally am not like a digital. I tried the digital planner. It's too much, too overwhelming for me. So I'm out on that, but I have a lot of digital planning stuff on my iPad. And then, just using a physical planner, kind of helps you remember things, I feel, because when you're writing something down, like you tend to remember it more than just, putting it in your phone or putting it in a digital device. Having a planner that you can carry around with you everywhere you go, that is important. So while my planner is 8.5 by 11, so like normal printer paper size, you could always adjust this and make it whatever size you want, whatever layout you want. I picked my layouts based on like my habit, like my structure for days, what works for me and what's best for me. And I'm definitely like a list task oriented kind of person. And so like the hourly thing, I don't have enough information to put there. And that's just too overwhelming for me to look at all the hours. So you really, whenever you're making your own planner, I feel like you get more ability to customize to what you want. You can do whatever you want in this. You can add whatever pictures you want. You can add whatever theme you want. You can just do whatever makes your heart happy without having to worry about, just having one set type of planner because that's all that a company makes for them. And like I said, you can get this even printed on, an A5 size, or, whatever size you're wanting. You can customize it down to whatever's needed. So it really allows you to be super creative. And if you start like kind of planning ahead, like in taking note, like I take so many screenshots of like planners and things that I think will work for me. Like I have a teacher planner, but obviously I'm not in a classroom yet. But just having those ideas and like watching other teachers and what planners they use on YouTube, like just taking down those notes, like, okay, I'm going to need a page that I can do like a classroom layout in, or I need a page where I can do seating charts in. I need a page for classroom attendance, for grades, for substitute information, for my classroom schedule. Like just knowing what I'm going to need will help me to customize this layout again for next year when moving forward within like student teaching and stuff like that. And then once I'm a teacher, I'll be able to kind of have a layout already built that'll have what's needed in it. So, it allows you to have like a really open creativity. And there's built in pictures. If you just go to the top to insert and then online pictures, you can literally put whatever you want, like Harry Potter. This is literally what I did. And then it gives you the Creative Commons pictures. And then if you uncheck that, it just gives you like absolutely everything. And you can just pick that stuff and, hit insert. And that'll insert it onto the side, and you can put it on whatever page you want it to go on. So, you have so much creativity allowed within your own planner that I think, ordering one online doesn't provide for you. It goes beyond just having like a really pretty outlines on the sides of the page and like a design. Like it's making sure like you have room for your own growth, for your like personal growth, but also making sure like the organization of what you're doing is personal to you. Also, not to plug anything. I don't want to plug anything, but I personally have the HP all-in plan. So like I have a printer that was sent to me. I get ink refills whenever I need to. The only thing I have to like out of pocket purchase for like my planner. So you see this is 210 pages. I print front and back. So the only real out of pocket cost is my monthly subscription, which I pay for quite a lot of pages, but it's like just over $20. And then the printer paper, which if you use regular printer paper, which I use this year, and it's not too bad, the bleed through, or like the out like the shadowing from the other side, um, that's like $6. And then getting it bound at the office store up the road is only like $6 and change. So like that's less than $30, or just over $30, 32, $35 at the most, which if you are getting like Erin Condren, plum paper, papier, if you're getting any of those like really popular custom-ish customizable planners, uh, and you're not going to like Walmart to get a general basic one. If you're getting like a really nice one, you're going to be spending 60, 70, 80, even up to $100 plus. And that's not feasible for a lot of people. So doing it myself is super, super affordable. And it's definitely something that, allows me to do what I want, how I want, and I can change it whenever I want. So if it's like June and this layout's not working, all I have to do is adjust the layout, print the second half of the year, go get it bound, and just put it on my coil, or they coil it for you. So like it's really not unfeasible to do this. It's something that's been helping me for the last 3 years, is making my own planner. And I really wanted to just share this story and, my planner with you for this year, because it is something that I'm super proud of, and something that I think everybody should, or could, experience is planner happiness and planner peace, because it's almost next to impossible to find with other companies and with outside, is because not everything's going to be perfect for you. So, I just wanted to come on here, share my journey, encourage y'all to do this yourselves or reach out. If y'all want a planner made, you can just, we can chitty chat on the side, and talk about it. Comment down below. Like, do you have like your own planner piece? Have you found an actual planner company like Erin Condren or Plum Paper, where you love the paper quality, you love the plan, the layout, like everything is absolutely 100% perfect? And have you found that with another company? Have you ever tried to make your own planner? What kind of planning tips share with everybody, so that way we can get some additional feedback down in the comments below. We love having extra tips and tricks and different setups. So if you love planning as much as I do, if you're passionate about planning, organization, go ahead and again, just smash that like button for if you enjoyed this video, and we will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.